And if you look at South Carolina, it's older. It's going to be 55% black, a lot of women down there, black women particularly. He will likely do well, I think, with younger African Americans, particularly younger black men. That's part of the targeting strategy down there, but it's hard to see that being enough. And then you go to Super Tuesday with all of those southern states again.
Well, it was interesting when he gave a speech last night. He just said, and on to Super Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it seems like even in his head somewhere, he's on to Super Tuesday. I think watch the other caucus states. Watch Minnesota, watch Colorado. I think you're going to see Bernie Sanders really making a play there because it could be a little more quirky.
But that's a message candidate, not a nomination
Right,
candidate.
totally.
If you're picking a couple of states to do well, and if we're back into that mode, we have a very different race. Because the interesting thing about the last 10 days is that after New Hampshire, Sanders saw the top of the hill, saw that maybe I can be a contender for the nomination, and the tone changed. Let's stick with Secretary Clinton for a minute. Yesterday, I thought what was interesting is we just showed she reached out to the younger voters. Sanders is kicking her butt among younger voters. She also stuck with a criticism of Sanders. I want you to listen to it here, but she recalibrated. A lot less I in her speech yesterday, a lot more we. And even as she criticized Senator Sanders, she tries to reach out to his voters on economic issues.
The truth is, we aren't a single issue country. We need more than a plan for the big banks. The middle class needs a raise, and we need more jobs.
One of the things you look for in a candidate is how do they learn and how do they grow. Right. I think that was an interesting moment, proof that Secretary Clinton is paying attention to realizing don't talk about the Hillary Clinton narrative, talk about why I'm running.
Yeah, because people aren't going to the polls because they care about whether Hillary Clinton wins or loses. They go to the polls because they want to make the country better for themselves and for their kids and their communities. And she has to be able to communicate that. That's something Bill Clinton always understood very intuitively about politics. It's not about whether I win, it's about whether you win. And she's picking up on that. The other thing I was struck by her speech, though, last night, aside from the obvious emotional relief she felt having eked it out, was this is not Obama's Morning America speech. You know, as much as she was embracing Obama in the debate that she had most recently with Bernie Sanders, you did not hear, hey, things are going great, let's keep it going. It was darkness in America, and I'm going to be the best person to help solve it.
This was a purposeful change in tone from I to we. We'd picked up on with a lot of our reporters on the ground that they were a little put off by hearing her talk about so much of her resume. And I think a lot like Jeb Bush going up against Donald Trump, she was kind of put off by the fact that how could I possibly be losing to somebody like Bernie Sanders when I'm so much more qualified? I think that her team has gotten her to shift away from that and realize to focus on those priorities. A couple things that to look at in Nevada, by the way, that might give us a little bit of a window into what might happen in South Carolina. Nia mentioned the African-American vote. The African-American vote is overlooked in Nevada because they were 13% of overall turnout. I mean, that's a very sizable portion. 76% went to Secretary Clinton. That is a huge number. And also delegates, okay? We talked about the numbers a little bit earlier. You know, in 2008, she won Nevada but lost the delegates because the Obama delegate team knew where to focus. The Clinton team knew that there was one district in Nevada where it was an odd number. They focused there, they got that delegate, and they're going to wind up with more delegates out of last night. And that's the name of the game here.